Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Smith Hopkins with the Center for Public Integrity, and I'm delighted to be here today with Kristen Lombardi of Columbia Journalism Investigations to talk to you about our project, Hidden Epidemics.
Columbia Journalism Investigations, which, like many nonprofit newsrooms, runs on a partnership model. We hire recent graduates from the journalism school as postgraduate reporting fellows, and our teams of fellows partner with professional newsrooms to produce in-depth reporting on issues of public interest. Our Hidden Epidemics series was done in collaboration with CPI. The project was a larger project that aimed to connect the dots between the warming planet and Americans' health today and scrutinized what governments are doing or not doing to address those health outcomes. We wanted to focus on one story in particular, which was the closest thing to a multi-newsroom collaboration among all the stories. Our second story paired a CJI fellow with Jamie. They co-reported a national story looking at the link between mental health and repeated disasters. We partnered with 10 newsrooms around the country, and we asked them one basic request. I'm going to let Jamie describe that.
So for this project, looking at the mental health impacts of climate-driven natural disasters, we knew it'd be important to gather more data about the impact on people. And so we worked with newsrooms to develop a survey. We also talked to academics and other professionals about the survey, and then share it in regions where people had been impacted by more than one disaster in recent years. And so this was a process where we reached out to partners in regions that had disasters that we thought would be interested in covering this, and explain the project. And the bottom line was really all we were asking for was to help us with the survey. And then after that, it was up to partners. They could choose to run the story we were writing or not. They could choose to write their own story if they wanted to. They could localize the national story. We wanted to be really collaborative and allow partners to participate in the way they best could.
One of the best lessons learned had to do with coordination and communication. At the suggestion of the Institute of Nonprofit News, we held monthly logistics calls, really, mostly with the editors of the newsrooms that were working on this project with us. Sometimes the reporters, the local reporters on the ground, attended those logistic calls. We also did a recap of each call so that whenever a partner was, unable to attend, and that happened a lot during the past year, a year of a pandemic, they were not missing a beat. They were able to understand what other local partners were doing, and they felt like they could pick up where they left off.
We also made sure to use to let partners know as survey results came in that would be helpful to them. Everybody had access to the survey results on a platform we were using, but we could also sort of give a heads up to people. And so the survey helped with reporting in terms of finding sources and helping to develop stories. And then it also provided some data, as part of the spine of any story people were doing. So it was a great collaboration, and I think being flexible was really important, especially last year, because we were reaching out to partners right before the pandemic hit, and so people were signing on and then suddenly realizing they had so much more on their plates than they were anticipating. And I mean, I'm hoping at least that it was a stress reducer for partners to know that they didn't have to do that much. Once we got past the survey, it was entirely up to them and what worked for their audience. So, Kristen, any final words for folks about this partnership?
Well, I think that the key to remember is to not be rigid in your requests of partners and to let people decide how much ownership or investment they want to make. Our very basic request was just sign on. If you're going to commit to distributing the survey by putting it on your website more than once and by distributing it through your social media channels. After that, it's up to you how much you want to make of the results. It's up to you how much you want to contribute to the stories themselves. You can either create your own story or localize the national story. And I think overwhelmingly, we heard from local partners that they really appreciated that.
Great. Thanks again for having us.
Thank you.